So, how compelling does a fictional vermin need to be in order to distract the neighboring table from his hot date? To provide context, let's rewind. When I was little, I shared the bed with my youngest brother. The street lamp was positioned just right and cast some very crisp shadows. So what did we do before we dozed off? Shadow puppets! Amongst the chickens and the frogs, we ended up with some bird creature we named after the sound it makes. Yoppers. Yopper birds, while we don't have an exact idea what they even look like, were portrayed with this hand gesture. Established to be fast, smart, and live to be pesky, going as far as to offer a Bugs Bunny-style kiss to their foes. These creatures went on to be an ongoing joke for decades, going well past the shadow puppets they were born as. My youngest brother, crafting stories of his own at some point, adopted these iconic creatures into a world he's building. A low fantasy setting, his world hovers around some sort of early industrial phase, and apparently dinosaurs still roam the world. But beyond the mantis people, clairvoyant gemstones, and prowling raptors, he's adopted this pesky little bird as a well-known vermin swarming the plains of his landscape. Apparently a flightless adaptation, but with major intelligence and a massive flocking mentality, these creatures will wipe out crops and unsecured food with a passion. So, cut to dinner. He's out with his wife, describing them to her and the threat they pose. Apparently, the topic was so enthralling, he was actually distracting the guy at a neighboring table, diverting his attention from the lovely date he was supposed to be paying attention to. So, as my youngest brother was posing how you defend against this little swarm, the guy apparently spoke up and was like, "So how do you keep them back?" Well, that's about the gist of it. I just find it funny how my youngest brother is good enough of a storyteller, he's arrested the attention of people overhearing him. What started off as a shadow puppet was, for that night, a lovely ladies' competition for that man's attention. I certainly hope said youngest brother continues to foster his story, and eventually entertains the world. But for now, thanks for listening. Hope to see you in the next video.